Good evening and welcome to Active Citizens Parliament. My name is Sharon and I'm Chiku, and I'm joined in the studio as usual by the beautiful Ifoma Oji. Good evening.
How are you,
Sharon? I'm fine. And you?
I'm fine. So how are you seeing the weather today?
It's quite cool. Yeah. I'm enjoying every bit of it.
All right, let's go straight to the stories that we have today. On one hand, Nigeria spends over $10 billion annually importing staples, wheat, rice, sugar, fish, even tomato paste. Yet earns less than $400 million from agricultural exports, despite agriculture contributing 35% of GDP and employing 35% of the workforce. The country sits on an 85 million hectares of arable land and has a youthful population, but lacks the financing, infrastructure, and value addition systems needed to convert and potentially transfer to prosperity. On the other hand, at the TICAD-9 summit in Tokyo, President Bola Tinubu boldly declared Nigeria's armed forces can win any number of battles. He hailed the military successes against insurgency, stressing that true justice for their heroism means addressing the root causes of insecurity, coupled with ongoing reforms in infrastructure and institutional strength. These are the two stories we'll be addressing today. But before that, there is a video I would like us to take a look at. It's that of Randy Peters calling for ADC coalition political party members to call for INEC reform. So let's take a quick look at the video before we continue.
Former Senate President and interim chairman of the ADC coalition, Senator David Bonaventure Lechenu Mark, Secretary of the coalition, and former Osun State Governor Ogbeni Rauf Adesoji Aregbesola, former Governor of Kaduna State Malam Nasir El-Rufai, former Governor of Rivers State Honorable Rotimi Chibuike Amechi, former Governor of Sokoto State and former Speaker House of Reps, Senator Aminu Waziri Tambawa, former Governor of Imo State Honorable Emeki Hedioha, former Governor of Cross River State Senator Liel Imoke, former APC National Chairman Chief John Odige Oyegun, Chief Tom Ikimi.
We just saw that video, but I would love to introduce our analyst before moving forward. We are also joined by analyst in person of Mr. Oladimeji Oluwafemi. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Sharon.
Welcome,
Good evening, sir.
I'm to be here with you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome, sir. All right, so let's start with the $10 billion, over $10 billion that is spent on annual food, despite the fact that we have the lands, we have the youth to be able to generate as much income as possible, but we are still over-dependent on importation right now. How do you think this is going to influence, or it's already influencing the economy of Nigeria, Mr. Oladimeji?
Well, we have never had problems with food in this in this part of the world. The problem we've had, we have always been bedeviled with is how to increase production, how to boost production, and how to assist farmers, to do so. In this country, it is unfortunate that we politicize everything. All right?
Yes.
We politicize everything so that down to personal lives, we even politicize them. We don't have problem with our food basket. We just have problem with the policy that drives our agricultural sector.
Exactly.
That's it. That the policy is not brilliant on paper. We just have issue with the executions of this policy. I keep saying this. We are beautiful on paper, but policy, but we are horrendous when it comes to execution of this policy.
Yeah.
There will be made mention of the arable land in the north that have not been plowed. This land he spoke about, it spread so wide, almost twice the space of Netherlands. Go to Netherlands today, year in, year out, GDP per agricultural input to their, the agricultural input to their it is 4-time high, and every year continues to increase. But we have a country here where only an area where we can cultivate is twice the size of the country, but we would abandon this, opportunity for oil, because oil, is in code that sector that you can manipulate and then milk dry. And Nigerians will not understand.
And I like that. He said that oil is that sector you can manipulate and milk dry, and Nigerians will not understand.
Yeah.
So, before you contribute, do you think this is the reason why it seems as though the Nigerian government, even though they are making efforts to bring the light on agriculture, but we are not really milking the ability that we have to do so much with agriculture?
Yeah, just like what he said, I think our problem is not if we have the materials. We are blessed with those resources, but the problem is the execution and the people we put to man or manage those resources. That's the problem we're having. Imagine Nigeria here, we import about how many millions of goods from outside, when those things actually can be produced in this country. You still see sometimes, most of the times, when these foreigners come to our country, get these goods from us and then go back to their country, refine it, bring it back to our country and sell it to us. You see that the over dependence is actually too much, and what is actually causing us is that the prices of these things, importation of goods, keeps skyrocketing every single time. People are going through a lot. People are suffering. It's not like I said before, it's not like we don't have people that could do this. It's not like we don't have manpower. We have how many youths, millions of youths under 30 that can actually man this thing and this agricultural sector. But the thing there is that the people you're placing in power, what are they doing? Are they executing the millions that they are spending? We are lavishing every day, wasting millions every day. Instead of them to put it into good use, they don't do that. So yeah, it's quite sad.
I like that you both mentioned that, but I also wanted to bring in the point of insecurity that our farmers are facing. By any chance, do you think that when maybe the young ones that we mentioned, those under 30, see that a farmer will go to his farmland and will not return because they are battling with herdsmen and they are battling for their lives? So you are going with cutlass, but you're also going with a gun so that you can protect your life and that of your farm. Do you think that this would encourage the youth to invest in agriculture? Mr. Oladimeji, let him just answer first.
Yeah, Sharon, are you aware that the cost of the high cost of food, consumable food in these countries, is premised on security? They are premised on the insecurity that we have in this country.
Yes.
That our farmers don't go to farm anymore, responsible for the high cost of consumable goods. So these politicians in government, these leaders in government are aware of this. They know that if good roads are done to link these farms to the market, they know that if insecurity is caught and farmers go back to the farm, they know that if they drive the policy and put in the hands of to go to farm, and not just the peasant farmers, but mechanized farmers.
Yes.
The output will reap after a year, even security is down. All of these things are simple. It's not rocket science.
Exactly.
But some people thrive in the insecurity of this country.
Some people thrive on the insecurity of the country.
Exactly. I mean, he has literally said everything that was, meaning to say. It's not like they don't know what to do. They know exactly. These people that we're even calling Fulani herdsmen, they are human beings like us. You understand? They're human beings like us. What do they do? But the thing there is that they actually prioritize animal life than human life. That is what's going on. You get, they prefer cow to human being, of course. You get, but it seems like we don't know. We don't have people that are supposed to put these people in their place. But what I don't get is that these people are working with those Fulani headsmen
to achieve what?
Yes, because imagine a situation whereby you farm, you buy farm produce, and then you plant, and then when you are to harvest, you come to your farm and you find your farm in shambles. Will you be encouraged to farm again?
Not at all.
So it's more like they are discouraging the youth, they are discouraging farmers to go to the farm. You understand? So apart from the fact that their farms are being ruined, at the same time, the risks, the threat is posing on them is too much.
Yeah.
You understand? So I don't, at the same time, blame them for, withdrawing when it comes to agriculture and the development in agriculture. But then again, let's talk about what they mentioned something about importing agricultural, what is it called? No, not produce. The the machines. You understand?
Machinery.
Yeah, machineries for agriculture. It's nice though. But I think Nigerians actually have a track record, a situation whereby they make promises and at the end of the day, they don't follow through with their promises. It's always every single time makes headline every single time, but you still see them at the end of the day, they will not execute those promises that they made. So it's
no, I like that you're hitting the nail on the head, because at the end of the day, importation and all of that, it's not as though it's wrong to import, it's just the over dependency now and that we have on.
To think of it, yeah, the milk that we import, we have milk in this country,
of course.
Wheat that we import, we have
all of those things
paste. We have all those things in this country, but why is it that we'll have to import? I think at Jonathan's regime, all those things like importation of rice, it was actually reduced, it was banned. But what I don't understand is why this government could not even keep up with it. Somehow we are still importing those things, which is sad. These are things that we can actually do for ourselves. Enable this thing for us, give us enabling environments, give farmers, because some people have passion for agriculture. They have, but they can't go to their farm.
And
because
now it's not even looking lucrative.
It's a two-way something.
They make agriculture
exactly.
look very like a business or something, an industry for people that are on kids. They are not making it look enticing for the young ones, in the sense that now the machineries that you mentioned, you fear being killed, but the machineries to go big, you don't have that. We don't have the machines. If you want to do anything now, you have to, instead of depending on technology, machines, now you are talking about manpower, right? And you have to employ labor and all of that. But outside, it's not like that. Exactly. They have machines for these things that we are lacking here in Nigeria. So even though we want to concentrate on making our own food, we need the equipment to make that a possibility, so that we can do large-scale farming. And I think that is where we are also lacking. But coming to you, Mr. Oladimeji, I mean, what do you propose? How do we move forward from this? Because apart from the fact that there's insecurity, those that are also doing livestock farming have also been complaining of the cost of feedings, not just feedings, fertilizers as well. How do you, is there a way around this?
There is no short part of to finding a farm feed. You have to go through from up, all right?
Yes.
It is the same with this sector, or you cannot build something on nothing. The policies are there already. Let's take our minds back to the days of Addition or Adewumi, when agriculture was a price, and when food used to be as cheap as it used to be.
Yes.
But come to today, the prices are astronomical. What is responsible? Insecurity, as we have been discussing. And number two, lack of equipment, readily available for these farms. So if farmers cannot go to farms, and those few ones who are able to attend to their farms do not have the required and necessary equipment, to go about farming and producing on a large scale. So if we don't produce on a large scale, if we fall short in our food supply to the nation, this is what we experience. High cost of consumable goods. All right? There was a time when equipment came into this country, fertilizers came into this country. What did they do? They politicized it and gave it to their cronies. All right? There is nothing you can achieve when cronyism and nepotism is the center and the pivot of your appointment and of your government policies. You will always fall flat on your feet. The only solution to this is to go back to the root of this. Solve insecurity. Solve it and solve it
permanently
down to the barest minimum.
To the roots.
When a nation is able to feed its people, all right, feed its people, and then have access to export, it will have ripple effect in all of the remaining steps. Even your currency will appreciate.
I like that. Even your currency will appreciate.
In addition,
to add to that, just answer, okay, do you believe that for us to become a producing nation, agriculture is one of the industry that the nation should pay attention to?
Yes, of course. Because if you talk about Nigeria, you talk about a lot of things. We are blessed with a lot of resources. Our lands are fertile. We have a lot, so many hectares. 85, how many? Thousands, millions of hectares of land. We have everything. You understand? So it's just to curb this insecurity, just like what Mr. Oladimeji said, from the root. And then again, ban these Fulani herdsmen from, gallivanting everywhere with their cows. You understand? Because I think that is even one of the major things that we're supposed to be talking about. These people are not supposed to be walking around. They should have where they rear their cows. It shouldn't be on people's farms now. They shouldn't feed on people's farm. Get their food, feed them in their own farm, but not on people's farm. These are people's sweats now.
Yes. Thank you very much, Ifoma. But let us touch on the next story. So at the TICAD9, President Tinubu came out to make a statement that has been making waves online. He said that, the Nigerian army can fight any war, that we can win any war, in his words, but we just have to tackle the root of insecurity. Now, when you put these two statements side by side, it is as though it is contradictory. You are saying the Nigerian army can win any war, but you need to tackle. So what is stopping us from tackling that root of insecurity? And why is it that up till now, Boko Haram is still a topic, Mr. Oladimeji?
For the very first time, Tinubu is sincere. He's sincere in the sense that Nigeria military indeed can handle any, outfit coming as threat to our sovereign nation. The Nigerian military, let me take you back to the days of ECOMOS between the year 2013 and 1997 and 2002. Yes, when Nigerians used to, be the financier and even human resource supplier for the ECOMOS in peacekeeping in Syria and in what is other country, Libya, Liberia. You will remember that Nigeria led in front with our personnel, almost 70 to 80% of the personnel of the 13,000 soldiers that were commissioned and drafted for that peacekeeping in Syria and Liberia. Nigeria formed 80%, Nigerian military had 80%, 70% to 80%. Not just that. Materially, Nigeria do always sponsor. Yeah? If you go back to check your Google will tell you how strong Nigerian soldiers are in the realm of Africa. Alright? We used to have the numbers, the personnel, and the expertise. But today, what do we have? We still have them there for a redundancy.
Wow.
Yes, in redundancy. And Tinubu is right. We can win, but we are having problems solving our insecurity problem. But the man will not tell you that I am responsible for having this problem.
Yes, he will.
The man who sits on the desk, the man on whose desk of the bulk of the, of the result comes to, says we're having problems solving this. So who are you calling out to the foreign nations to come solve your indigenous problems for you?
That's
so
a
I understand the sincerity behind what he said. It's fast, but the last part of it, which he says the security problems, situations are concerning, is laughable.
It is laughable.
Okay,
because what he said is true. A lot of, even on X, people are coming to say that truly Nigerian army has the capability to win any war. Some now said it's just that they have, not been prompted to. They have not been given the right encouragement. I don't know whatever that means. But what are your thoughts?
Okay, I wanted to maybe create an insight of this TICAD. TICAD 9, TICAD 9. This TICAD, the full meaning is Tokyo International Conference for African Development, and this is the 9th meeting they are having. This TICAD was established in the year 1993 by African countries, Japan, and their main intent for establishing this is more like to promote peace, unity, productivity, and development for all African countries. So it's more like it was formed in Africa, but solely by Japanese. You get? I don't know if you get understand what. So these persons are kind of they bring up this meeting most of the times for African countries like UN, World Bank, and the rest of them to air the things that the challenges they are having, and then Japan supports them. You understand? Then coming to what our dear president said, that Nigeria can win any war. What baffles me is the fact that you're coming. I love the fact that he's praising the Nigerian army. Morale matters in anything you do, but at the same time, are you praising them with any achievement? You saying, coming out promising that they can fight any war. You get what have they done in the past? Like, what achievement have you as a president done in the past to come out in the open to say that they can fight any? Because if you are counting your heroic deeds, you get, if you want to say something, I guess you should have a background. You understand? Oh, we have done this in so place, we've done this. When Nigeria is wrestling with Boko Haram in this country,
it's quite laughable.
Look at Benue State, look at Plateau State, look at the East. There are killings every single time, and somebody is coming out to tell us that Nigeria can fight when they've not even fought in states. You've not deployed any. Is it not? Where was that? Was it last week that we had the discussion about this? Remind me.
Is that Plateau?
The people that were taking refuge in Cameroon?
Oh yeah, it was Borno.
Thank you. This was the same country. You cannot even curb that. You cannot even fight that. You cannot even find a ground for these people to rest their head. You cannot even deploy troops to go and fight.
I just wanted to bring that Borno state.
And then you're coming out in the open into where everybody's literally to tell us that you can fight anything. Oh God, rest now. Rest now. Stop joking.
It's laughable.
Stop joking. It's so laughable.
That's not what you both are saying. What Mr. Oladimeji is saying, that in one sense he's being sincere, because it's not as though the Nigerian army do not have the expertise. It's not like they don't have the technical know-how. It's not like they don't have the arms to fight and win any war. Actually, it's just the situation of things in Nigeria. It's just that they are redundant. That's what he's saying. But you're also saying that from the fact that there are so many unresolved security issues in the state, going to the public or going global to a global platform to say something like this is very laughable. And yes, and I'm just saying that with the situation with the Borno state and how people from Borno had to cross the border to Cameroon to get shelter, and one of the statements they made that day was that there was no soldier that was deployed, nobody was there to help them on that incident. And then even the situation of the Benue State killings and all of that happened, they will always tell you that for as maybe 3 hours that the killings were going on, no deployments, no swift response till the terrorists were done and they had killed to their fill and abducted to their fill until they left. So it's just a very contradictory statement, and it's a contradictory feeling that it would, bring out of people. The fact that, and it's annoying to an extent, the fact that we have the power to, but we are choosing not to do anything.
There was equally something that he highlighted. He said, let me read it out so that you will hear. He said that Nigerians have they say valuable assets. They have Nigerians have inclusivity, diversity, and respect for rule of law as a valuable asset. Beautiful. And I asked, which inclusivity? Is it not yesterday that we talked about Muslim tickets? His vice president is from
Muslim.
Is Muslim
from the north.
It's from the north, and then development is basically pushed to the north. Should we talk about the rule of law? Somebody that is coming out boldly to tell you about rule of law. Does he adhere to the rule of law in this country? Does he include every states in whatever development program or this agenda he has? He does not. So for you to come out in the open to tell us Nigeria values the highest assets Nigeria has is inclusivity, rule of law, it's a joke. But there was something that I loved that he mentioned. He was trying to appeal to the international body to come in when it comes to that insecurity and the rest of them. I love the fact that he is doing that, but at the same time, I believe you should have achievements before you could even tell somebody. Just like somebody that is starting a business and you want somebody to invest in your business.
Yes.
I mean, you should have gone to a large extent in that business, should have developed a lot of things, you understand? So if they ask you, okay, what have you done so far in your business, you reference that, oh, I've done this, I've done this, so that if anybody is helping you, they
have something to
they will know exactly.
So Mr. Oladimeji, just to wrap things up here with what Ifeoma is saying, personally, do you think that moving forward that would soon get to the point where the Nigerian army would awaken to its full capacity? Mr. Oladimeji, did you get that?
The Nigerian army is... Yes, I got your question. The Nigerian army is one that I am proud of. I'm proud of those personnel. Yeah, I'm proud of them. They put their lives on the line every day of the week for the safety and the security of our sovereign nation and our boundary. I pity their state because they've not been treated well by the upper echelon. Okay? Look, the president spoke about our insecurity, spoke about the rule of law. All right? It is one thing to say something, and it is another to mean it and to be practicing it. Say what you preach.
Exactly.
This is the president who has held in constant, who has held it today. That's the Nigerian Police Force Inspector General of Police, after his tenure of office expired. And currently, the man remaining on that seat, he bars the promotion of other career police officers. That is rule of law under Joe Biden. This is the same man who, after one of his ministers, was accused, and it was an overwhelming accusation. What did his government do? Collapse the Ministry of Welfare and what they call it, Ministry of Welfare and Humanitarian Service. And then that was all we heard about the woman who, was handling that ministry before it was collapsed. No persecution. Yesterday we were discussing about Nigerians not paying consequences for actions that they take. This is one of them. So when you go out to the public space or to the international nations and sit before them to say all these things, they are not that. They have on their desk already the report and update of your security architecture, of your economic development, everything. They just want you to come and tell them if there is something they are doing differently to change what they currently have before them.
Yeah.
But when the president goes about to tell them and invite them to come help him solve the problem that he haven't even taken, the right initiative
yes.
to solve with the political will to do. Some people will just be laughing at you. Your own, my professor in school used to tell me, our problems are indigenous. First of all, you must look for indigenous solutions to solve your indigenous problem before your neighbor begins to say, how can I assist you? In which area can I help you?
Yes.
But in our case, we have not even moved the most. We are calling on the foreign nations. Well, whatever they are doing, all boils down to how much they can get to borrow and bring back home.
That borrowing. I'm not going to follow people to pay the loan when it's time to pay that loan because I felt the undertone was at the end of the day it's going to ask for money to borrow. But anyways, thank you so much, Mr. Oladimeji Oluwafemi, for joining us. Thank you so much. And to you, Ifo Maoji, thank you again for joining me here as always. It's always a pleasure.
Every time.
Yes,
every
it
day.
is. And to all our viewers, thank you again and again for doing this with us every evening. Thank you again for your support. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do that. Like, share, comment. The comment section is for you all. Make sure you're also following us across all social media platforms at Active Citizens Media. You can also find me on my personal page at Sharon Enemchuku. And you?
You can find me on Facebook at Oji Sophia and on Instagram at Miselex.
All right, so till we see you tomorrow morning for Morning Pulse, do have a good evening.